Just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the New England Patriots. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here we go. Bronco 80. Set. Herc. Hut.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, throw left side, complete to Moss. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Here we go, set. Viking 18. On the ball, now.
Now Jones. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
19 Tiger. Ready, hut.
They hand this off to Harris, and he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And, yes, out come the flags. So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Jones out to the flat, and that's caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence and allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. Here Jones gets it out quickly, complete. Touchdown, Patriots! A great play there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead. The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
On the set. Ready, ready!
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Gone! Fire!
Etienne on the toss right. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Well, this defense for the Pats, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. He's going to look downfield for Henry, and that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. And the pass to Henry is intercepted. Picked off by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Let's go now. 8, read. Hey, Alpha. Leaf rip.
On first down, Lawrence. He'll get that complete to Alberto. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. Down the numbers. There he goes. 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
The extra point up and good, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Come on.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Lawrence. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
A pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hard, fire.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Hey, zoom. Now.
Lawrence will throw. He'll find ETN out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Alberto Cuebuna with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Try to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Jaguars are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie! Leaf River!
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Now!
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. That's complete, Okue Bunam. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position.
Ready, set! Panther Street! Panther Street! Ready, hut!
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Go!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Ready!
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And that nearly intercepted, but it's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better.
79 Bronco! Ready!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. On play action, Lawrence. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off right around the 43. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
He gets it complete to Harris. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down the middle. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Let's go now.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. Fights him off. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Ready.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. It's a big play for the Jaguars. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Rolling to his right. Going for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Albert O, his second touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Extra point safely through, and the lead will shrink to 6. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Casey Hayward makes the tackle. Second down and 8.
60 Bison. Ready, hit.
Off play action. Jones. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. K'Lavon Chason in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Operating from the gun, Jones. He completes it to Henry. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Ready, ready.
Jones to throw on third down. Eluding the pressure right. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. Shifts by him. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play there for the Patriots. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Ready, go.
A quick pass out to Aguilar. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Set up. Panther 60. Panther 60. Check go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Being chased out left. Along the sideline, it's his man Henry making the catch. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your...
Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off down near the 5. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
On the set.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position of throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll run. Here's Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 74 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Go.
On the give, this is Harris. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Here we go. Bronco 80. Ready.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Ready, go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Jags are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Hit it.
And they'll go again with ETN. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's right.
Anytime we have a
That's right.
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Extra point up and through, and that'll make this a 6-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth-quarter deficit, and they need this drive to end in points. Working with a 2nd and 3.
Beef River.
Another tote for ETN.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And they'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And some room to roam now. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 74 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Buzz, set, go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Matt Judon. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12.
Ready.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22.
Hey, Delta.
Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Dante Hightower. There he goes right side. The 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Ready.
Throwing after the interception, Lawrence. And that's complete to ETN out of the backfield. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Now.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Flushed out right. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Hey, Echo. Shoot.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne. his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. They do tack on the extra point as well, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20. And able to take it past the 25. And up to the 28-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run again with Harris. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the second straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Hut, hut.
Now Jones. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 37. A big play there for New England. On first down, Harris. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 87 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. This is Harris. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Go.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an